Guys, it's Bina, and in today's video, I want to go over how to obtain some high LP uniques, like a 2 LP Twisted Heart of Eukeros, like a 3 LP Zuriel's Hunt, or a 4 LP Eurochin Stand. This one is only a 3 LP. But I want to go over like the method that I use to farm high LP uniques reliably and consistently, and actually force my luck through different means in the game, different farming methods in the game, to obtain these very, very high LP uniques that are best in slot for the end game. So this is the end game strategy, and the first thing I want to do is I want to grab the Prophecies for one of the uniques. This is going to be for COF specifically. As you know, MG, you can just buy whatever you want, but COF specifically, I will start by grabbing a bunch of Prophecies for the unique that I want, right? And so in COF, there are some lenses that you can use.
I knew you had something to ask.
If you don't want to spend too much time re-rolling and re-rolling and re-rolling, some that are good are Lens of Rhyme and Lens of Wealth, which increase the cost but give you twice as many uses and twice the rewards. So this will let you go through your favor very fast. Some other people, and sometimes me as well, like Lens of Time and Lens, the two Lenses of Time, which have reduced chance for Prophecies to have events that are not mono, and events to have mono events. So this will make it so that if you use both of these together, you will only get generic win conditions, such as kill a few rares, kill a few bosses, kill a nemesis, kill an exiled mage. So this is another way that you can go about this. But this is not a COF video. I just want to go over my strategy for generating high LP uniques. So first of all, you grab some Prophecies, and you have a bunch of them, right? So you will have a bunch of Prophecies for all of those uniques. Then you will go and do them, proc them, and then you will keep the uniques that drop with LP. You keep all of the LP uniques, all of them. And then you can have a rule in your loot filter. So there is a new rule from this patch in Season 3, which enables you to have specific modifiers on item and select a roll range on them. There's one item with this system that is bugged, and it is the gloves fighting chance. Do not use this system with fighting chance. I haven't found another one that is bugged, but for all of the other ones, my Mad Alchemist Ladle, I want to get a good armor shred on spell hit, so I go for 30 to 48%. That's going to be enough for my Lightning Blast character to max out shred. My Twisted Heart of Eukeros, for example, I might want to have 8% current health converted to ward. You can do this for all of your items that you have in here. Arboreal Circuit, I want the high movement speed roll, and etc, etc, etc. So you can guarantee that the items that you drop with no LP will have a very high roll, and then you keep all of your LP 1 or above for re-rolling at the turtle, which is the next thing that we are going to be talking about. It is the turtle. So we're going to go ahead and go into a turtle. Oh, I think I have one actually here. I want to go through the process exactly with you guys. We will do the turtle together. Well, we will run all of the different strategies together. Afterwards, we're going to do Nemesis Towers and stuff like that. Let's see. Let's place down a turtle. So to place down a turtle, you need to go into a cemetery. And at the end of the cemetery, you will have the grid that you will be able to place your woven echoes on your timeline web. So the turtle is this one here, the far side turtle. And we're going to go ahead and do it all together. So here, I need to get to the end to be able to place my woven echo on it. So, you know, while doing this, you will likely already have encountered a cemetery, since you will be farming your Prophecies, and then all of your Prophecies will give you a huge amount of unique items. Also, it's good to note that depending on the rarity of the item, if you have like an item that is very rare, for example, Razorfall Boots, I keep all of my Razorfall Boots. I don't filter for any specific rolls on them. But for items that are more common and that you find a lot of, when you are in the end game, favor is kind of very easy to acquire just as you play, especially with this season, with the farming strategy, with the beast strategy. Like, you will get a huge amount of favor. You will be able to buy Prophecies of pretty much everything that you want. And if you're focusing on one character, or on like a few characters, you will have enough favor to basically almost min-max your character. You will get like the endgame planner fairly easily, and then going higher for the aspirational stuff, which is very high LP, is going to be fairly easy because you have a lot of favor, and you'll be able to buy many uniques, all of your idols. It's just favor is so abundant, I feel, this patch, or maybe it's because I'm just playing a lot, but this is a pretty good way of doing this. So you are at the end of the cemetery. You are placing down a Farsight turtle. So here I'm going to place one down here. If this can like stop lagging, I'll place two just in case. So I will place 2 Farsight turtle, and you would also want to have I have a bunch of already conquered towers. This is going to be the next step after the turtle. It is the conquered tower, which is confronting nemesises. There's going to be 8 nemesis, and in those you'll be able to place some items with no LP. Another one that I want to talk about while we are at the cemetery is going to be the Gauntlet of Strife. So in the Gauntlet of Strife, you can sacrifice a copy of an item to reroll another one, assuming that it has the same LP on it or the same number of legendary affixes. So this is going to be another one that we are going to talk about. I should actually place one because we are going to go inside one of those. So Gauntlet of Strife is another good one. So now that we've done this, let me just reroll my... Which one was I trying to reroll here? I think it was this one. Boom. Dodge rating. Effective haste. Boom. Alright. So now that you have acquired a lot of unique items with your prophecies, you're going to go inside the Farsight turtle. The Farsight turtle is a small, short Dwarven echo. You interact with the thing in the middle. It will spawn monsters all around the map like this. You kill them, and then you'll be able to interact with the thingy in the middle. Alright. It is worth to note that I'm doing all of this in hardcore as well. So for the turtle, what you will do is you will have, if you haven't already, check out my video about the stash organization. But you will have some turtle tabs. And you know that in these tabs, you have items that you want to reroll, right? In the turtle. I have it set up so that this turtle tab here has all the 1 LPs. Like, it already filters everything for me that I know I will want to reroll. So I just go in here. The turtle will take any LP item, and it will attempt to give you more LP or bring it down to 0. That is what I'm doing. I click reroll, and then I double click on the item. If it drops to the ground, I know it has no more LP because it cannot increase a 0 LP item. And if it stays in it, I know that I'm getting more LP out of it. So now, depending on how much LP you want to obtain on your specific items, Mantle of the Pale Ox, I will keep this 2 LP because it is going to be better than the one that I currently have. But eventually, I would maybe want to have only 3 LP, like Zuriel's Hunt. And if that is the case, I would still put my 2 LP inside the turtle to attempt again to obtain a higher LP item. But I'm going to be doing this on all of these items here. Boom, 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 boom. Then I'm just re-rolling and double-clicking like this. Oh, I got 2 LP. 2 LP, 9%. I'll keep this one. Very well rolled. And then this one, nothing. Now, my loot filter is filtering for high rolls on certain items. Bone Climber Barbute. This one has 12 Dex and Int. Very good. I'm keeping the 12 and the 13s. Mantle of the Pale Ox, 24 damage reduction. That is what I'm filtering for. 22, another good roll. Another 22, another 24, another 23, right? So this will enable you to filter out items that have higher rolls without having to go into the Gauntlet of Strife to reroll them when they have 0 LP. Why I think this is important is because it's sort of a time loss to be rerolling all of your very, very low 0 LP items and then putting them into the Nemesis just to brick them and then throw them on the ground. I think it's a time loss. It might be worth it for certain very rare items, but for the most part, I feel like it's just a complete waste of time. So that is what you would do with the turtle. Now that you have these, right, you would put these back in your stash and then use your other turtle tabs that you want to increase the amount of LP. So this is all done already when you are putting items in your stash tabs. They will automatically go if you properly set your stash for it in the correct tabs, and you'll be able to put them in a turtle very, very quickly. So that is the turtle. You turtle all the uniques with below their wanted LP. Now afterwards, this generates a lot of no LP uniques. For the low LP uniques, you will go into the Conquer Tower. Conquer Towers have 8 Nemesis, and you can put it inside of them. Okay, this one. You can upgrade them 2 times. Oh, this one I dropped an LP belt, right? So it has this egg here, Egg of the Forgotten. You will replace the egg and choose items that you will have set up for the Nemesis egg, right? So for example, you would grab all of these Orion's Descent belt that were already filtered for high rolls at the turtle. So 20 int, 20 int, 19, 20, 18, 19, 19. These are all good rolls, and all the bad rolls will have been hidden already. You can do this with Mad Alchemist Ladle, with any sort of items like this, right? So you just grab a bunch of them, right? And then you go through these, you put them in, confirm, and then you empower. This is your first empower. And then on the next floor, you will have another one. Now, we see that it got 2 legendary affixes. I will still empower this, because even legendary items can be quite useful to actually re-roll your items in the Gauntlet of Strife that we're going to talk about. So this is the second upgrade. And then for the third one, there is no third upgrade. You can only do it 2 times. But we actually got 2 affixes, so we're going to challenge this guy. It will drop the item. And then if it has an amount of LP, or, well, if it has any amount of LP, you grab it. But if it has an amount of legendary affixes that is equal to the amount of LP that you want for your final item, grab it. You will be able to use this one to re-roll your items. So you do this for, it's like an endless cycle of turtles and Nemesis until you get your proper LP item. And also Prophecies if you want to just drop more of those as well, right? Because while you are doing this, you're also gaining a lot of experience. This means that you're also getting a lot of favor. And yeah, it's just a very good cycle of recycling unique items to get better and better drops. Alright, so you would place a bunch of Conquer Towers like this. You know, with the farming strategy, this season it is the Rampant Coast strategy that is the best. Just farming Rampant Coast and then buying Memory Amber and then placing a bunch of towers and stuff like that. So now, once you have this, yeah, and if you need more uniques, you go grab some Prophecies. Now, if you a few options are available to you if you get your wanted LP. So the Gauntlet of Strife, I'm gonna go ahead and show what the Gauntlet of Strife is. So that is the other Woven Echo that we've placed here. This one is very dangerous and very rippy, so be very, very careful while you are in here. You do not want to die, especially in hardcore. Alright. So now that this is done, inside here you get the Woven Offerings, right? The Woven Offerings will let you reroll any item with another one that has the same amount of LP on it. So if it has 0, it will accept any other 0 LP belt, right? Or higher. If it has 2 LP, for example, Orions. Do I not have a 2 LP? Oh, I have one here. If I have a 2 LP Orions, right? It will not accept my 0 LP Orions to reroll, but it will accept a 2 legendary affixes to be able to reroll it. So that is how you go about this. And now there's two ways that you can go about this, right? I have it here. Either you re-roll it at the Gauntlet of Strife for high rolls and then slam it, and then you use your crap legendaries first. This is a gamble on the slam, because if you miss your 2 LP, then you wasted some valuable re-rolls for the item. And the second option is you slam and then you re-roll at the Gauntlet. So this is a gamble on the affix roll range, and this ensures that your re-rolls are not wasted, but it's a little bit more random as you re-roll the item and the slam, right? So this will kind of depending on the item that you're trying to re-roll. So for something like a Twisted Heart of Eukeros, for example, I would probably go with slamming it first and then re-rolling. Of course, you try to use your best 2 LP Twisted Heart to slam, because you have a 50% chance, of not getting the affix that you want. Whereas Zuriel's Hunt, like higher LP, like 3 LP plus, I only have 25% chance of not getting the affix that I want. So I will want to re-roll this one before to a high bow lighting damage, and then try to slam it, since I only have a 25% chance to fail, while the roll range here on the bow lighting damage is 12 to 32. So it kind of depends on which items you are slamming or re-rolling. And in a general rule that I think about usually is higher LP is typically better to re-roll first then slam, like 3 LP plus, and then 2 LP and less, it's like probably better to go with slamming first and then re-rolling. So that is how I go about doing this. Of course, different items, rarity, affix roll ranges have different preferred methods, and it's up to you to decide how you want to proceed. Again, 3 LP usually I re-roll and then slam, and then 2 LP or less I usually slam then re-roll. That is pretty much the process of obtaining high LP items, guys. Conquer Towers, like it's the turtle into Conquer Towers. Well, Prophecies to get a bunch of uniques, right? And then you go into Turtles, and then you go into Nemesis, and then you go back into Turtles, back into Nemesis, and it's an endless cycle until you get the proper LP that you want. One side note, you can also imprint uniques, and LP on them is beneficial, right? On your Weaver tree, there are some nodes here that you can actually imprint items, but those are mostly better used to go for double tier 7 exalted, because it's the only way to target farm these exalted items. If you want a double exalted rogue body armor to get plus 2 ballistas on it, tier 7, that is the only way you can actually target farm this. All of the uniques, you have other means, with prophecies and stuff like that. So I prefer to go with imprinting these uniques, imprinting these exalted items. But you could also go for a way to, if you're really only trying to target farm that unique, you already have your perfect exalted, and that's your only thing that you're missing. You can use uniques in these slots, and then the LP on them also is valuable. Will give you more chances of getting it with higher LP. So that pretty much covers how I go about getting some very high LP uniques. I hope you learned something today, guys, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.